Hey there, we're Shannon and Jerry Arner, your hosts of the Arner Adventures podcast.
We're a minimalist couple driven by intentional living and adventure.
Burned out from the 24/7 grind of running our business, we traded the hustle and the bustle for something more meaningful.
We parted ways with most of our belongings and moved to the coast.
Listen along as we chat about life's challenges, share inspiring stories of those who have taken big leaps to live a life outside of the norm,
and help you live with more intention and less physical and mental clutter.
Each episode is a step toward doing and being just a little bit better for ourselves and the world around us.
Life's an adventure after all. Join us for the ride.
It's the Arner Adventures podcast. Hello everybody, I'm Jerry.
And I'm Shannon.
We're back for episode 146 of the Arner Adventures podcast.
Yes, we are. And this is going to be hopefully very helpful for some of you. We are less than, when this drops, we are less than a month away from Election Day.
Yeah, we are. Yes, and it's it's pretty intense stuff, isn't it?
It is. And no matter what side of the aisle that you are on, we want to prepare you with an election countdown checklist. Ways to get ready, prepared to do your duty of voting on Election Day.
That's right.
It would be neglectful of us, strongly as we believe in making sure you exercise your right. We live a minimalist lifestyle, and we have in things that are important to us with our values, the environment. We know that a lot of the American way of life is based on a lot of material things, and we like to make sure that when we vote, we're voting with people who align with the values that we have. Indeed. And most people do, I think. So what we want to do is go through, no matter what side of the aisle you're on, go through a way to prepare for Election Day.
Hey, so before we get started, could we ask you to give us a review, on a 5-star review on the platform you're listening to us on?
Yes, and if you have, if you're listening to us on YouTube or any way that you can't leave a 5-star review or rating, give us a little thumbs up. Anything that you can do like that really helps to support our podcast, serve us up to other people who may be interested in content like this. It would really help us out a lot, and we'd appreciate it.
It definitely would. Let's get to our election countdown checklist.
Yes, let's get started. It's just a few things we're just going to walk through and help you prepare. So the first one is to check your voter registration. If you have not registered to vote, please, please, please register to vote. We have all of the links to do so, anything to check your registration at the show notes. If you are registered to vote, it is smart to just make sure that you check your voter registration. Is it aligned with your current address? The last thing that you want to do is go out on Election Day and find out you're at the wrong polling place. My hand is up because I did this a few years ago. When we lived in the Wake Forest, Raleigh area, I was still registered at a Raleigh polling place. I showed up to where my address should be, and they were like, "Oh, you don't have a registration that aligns here." So it was kind of a mess. I was still able to vote, but it took me a few hours to get some things taken care of. So just avoid that. Make sure that your voter registration is aligned with your current address, and make sure that any recent moves or anything can be updated, because I can't even guarantee that you will be able to vote that day, because it was really difficult for me and it was years ago. So things might have changed since then. If you've ever dreamed of starting your own blog like Arner Adventures or turning your passion into a profitable online platform, I've got something that's going to help you hit the ground running. Introducing the Ultimate Resource Guide for Starting Your Blog, written by me, Shannon Arner from Arner Adventures. This guide lays out exactly how I went from coastal minimalist to a successful blogger with over 200,000 monthly views. Inside, you'll find everything I learned along the way, from finding your blogging niche, building a digital home for your content, to mastering SEO and building a community. And yes, I'm spilling the beans on how my blog became my main source of income. With tools, tips, and the best tactics to monetize and scale, this guide has exactly what you're going to need to make your blog a revenue-generating adventure. And here's the best part. I want this journey to be accessible to everyone, which is why this comprehensive guide is available for just $5.99 $5.99. You cannot beat that. Packed with value, yet budget friendly, it's the perfect starting point for anyone looking to launch their blog without breaking the bank. Here's what you're going to learn: my journey from burnout to a bold new chapter, tips for curating content and attracting traffic, how to make that money, honey, because yes, you can make a living doing what you love by blogging. Plus, the crucial legal and financial tips to help keep everything legit and growing. Because we believe in giving back here at Arnott Adventures, a portion of every purchase supports incredible mental health advocacy groups. So are you ready to take the leap and start your blogging journey? Visit the Mindful Wear shop on arnottadventures.com to get your copy of the ultimate resource guide for starting your blog for just $5.99. Let's get you from dreamer to doer, Arnott Adventure style.
Well, and here's another one. Make a logistical plan to vote. Does this include returning your absentee ballot? Do you prefer voting early? You know, a lot of us like to avoid crowds. I know I do. And just know your polling place and the hours, all that stuff. And of course, the day that you need to vote. Just make plans and just to make sure you can get in there.
Right. And different places, different polling places do have different times that early voting starts. We do like to early vote.
Yes.
Yes,
we do.
And that's always very helpful. But yeah, if you are going to be somewhere else on election day, you're traveling or whatever, just get your absentee ballot. Go ahead and make that plan.
Mm-hmm.
So number 3 is to volunteer. So if you strongly support a candidate or an issue, maybe contact a local political organization or that candidate and volunteer. I mean, this could be local. It could be on a national level. You know, sometimes you can do phone banking. You can help fundraise. You can pass out flyers. I guarantee you that any candidate anywhere would be happy to accept any volunteers. So there's many, many options for you if you feel the pull to do that.
Here's a good one. Help out a friend or a loved one, because a lot of people maybe can't get to the polls. They have to fill out an absentee ballots or email your circle of people and see if anyone needs help voting.
Yeah. And it may be like Jerry said that, you know, a lot of people, you could even have conversations with people asking, hey, do you have a plan for election day? And if they're like, oh, you know, so-and-so is going to have the car. I'm not going to be able to get there. Hey, I tell you what, I'm going to swing by and get you. And let's just go ahead and vote together. We'll grab a coffee and we will go and vote together.
Uh-huh.
Sounds like fun.
Yep.
Okay, so the next one is to look past the presidency. So we were talking earlier about local elections and volunteering, but look past just the presidency. Yes, this is a presidential election, but there are many elections going on November 5th. So your local and state elections matter so much. Your specific vote can be the catalyst for who wins. It can be for, the catalyst of what issues are on the table, different bonds that are up for yes or no. Do your research and know that your voice counts. It definitely matters in the presidential election too. I feel like people say all the time, well, I'm just one vote. But can you imagine if everybody said that?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we need to get out and vote.
Nobody'd come out. Yeah.
Right.
Do some research. Go to your local board of elections. You can go online. You can go in person. Get a sample ballot. Find out who's on there. You know what it looks like. You don't have to vote on party lines. You know, just the party. You can kind of get to a little bit more, so you're not just voting with one party. Getting to vote on people you like and the issues and the values they align with. Fill it out and take it in on election day. Use it as your guide. That's always a good way to have a little guide like that. Then you won't be stumbling over yourself when you go into the polls.
Yeah, I am embarrassed to say that in years past, and I'm going to be honest, it might have even been the last time I voted. No, last time I voted, I did this. That's why I put this on here. The time before that, I go in there and there's some, I'm just throwing this out there, like a water conservation person or I don't know. And I'm like, what I have no idea which one I'm going to vote for. And so then I'm like grabbing my phone, which I don't even know if it's allowed, but I do it anyway. And I'm grabbing my phone and I'm starting to Google and I'm wasting time. So now what I did learn, and that's why I added this, is if you do contact your local board of elections, and you can do this online, you put in your I don't know if they call them precincts, whatever it is called, your polling place.
Yeah.
You can print out the actual ballot that you're going to have that day. Now, you can't use it. You can't go in there and hand them that ballot, but you can have it as a sample, have already done your research, like Jerry said, and just have so much more confidence. And I did this last time, and I was just... I had so much confidence. I walked out smiling.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I know what I'm voting for. I know
That's
exactly who
good.
so-and-so is, or how he or she feels about the issues I'm concerned about. And I felt really good about it.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
And like we said in the beginning, just show up. We cannot stress this enough. Like, this is an election checklist, but it's short and sweet. It's not really that hard. I think the most important thing is to show up. No matter what side of the aisle you lean on, vote. It is your right to vote. People fought for you to have the right to vote, so just show up and do it. And, again, we're not here to promote a candidate or to promote an issue. We're just trying to say that there are a lot of people running for certain things that I'm like, now that we do have a lifestyle, that I feel like there are certain people who support that and some who don't. And I'm like, I need to make sure that I vote for people who align with that. And so you should do the same, but definitely show up.
That's 80% of success in life. Showing up, right?
Right. Right.
If this episode resonated with you, or if you know of someone who would benefit from what we talked about, please share it with a friend.
It's a great way of supporting the podcast, and we really appreciate it.
Another way of supporting the pod is by leaving us a 5-star review or rating on the platform you are listening to us on.
And go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That also supports us. You can always find us, the show notes, and sponsors who support the podcast at arneradventures.com.
And until next time, enjoy the journey you're on. We're wishing you lots of adventures.
Bye-bye.